the World Cup champions of 1999.
What a victory for the Sri Lankans. A fantastic
Pakistan win the World Cup. A magnificent performance.
Here's the man who's been largely responsible for us over the last.
The first World Cup. That is Australia's joy. And England.
Hello to all of you, another exciting episode of Match Point. PSL पाकिस्तान सुपर लीग और दूसरी क्रिकेट से दूसरी जुड़ी बड़ी खबरों के साथ एक दफ़ा फिर डॉक्टर अदनान आपके साथ हाजिर खिदमत है. First of all, we will move towards quickly to the headlines before proceeding to the show. So first of all, the major headline वो जो है वो हमसाया पार है. कहाँ से है? भारत से है. BCCI बोर्ड ऑफ क्रिकेट कंट्रोल ऑफ इंडिया क्या फरमा रहा है? कहते हैं कि the news have come from a highly predicted and the highly reliable source that they are trying to persuade and pressing the foreign players that if you want to play in the PSL, you will not be taken in the IPL. But the news have come that someone from inside who was having, he told them, don't do this. And the idea was removed from their brain. How it was removed from their brains, we have no idea. But now they have stepped back from this idea to forcing the international players to not play in Pakistan and to not play in the Pakistan Super League. और जो मज़े की बात है वो ये है कि none of the foreign players have come under the pressure of India, and they have declared openly in the press conference and in the dressing rooms that we have been indirectly pressurized. But BCCI officially did not take the action because they were knowing that what will be the fate. Khasyani billi khamba noche. But among the culprits, there are certain good men. The few good men, you will be knowing the few good men by the Tom Cruise, but now we will go to the few good men of cricket, and one of the few good men of the cricket is Kapil Dev, the winning captain of the 1983 World Cup Indian team. What he says, he is totally discouraging the Indian reaction and the environment which has been created by the ex-cricketers, and he is saying that Pakistan was great on the field, and Kapil is saying World Cup is not about the India and Pakistan relations. It is an international event and we should not talk about boycotting it. An event because whether the Pakistan's PM come in between or I come in between, the game must go on and the cricket must go on. Hats off Kapil ji. Kapil Dev is always been remembered as one of the motivating figures in the Indian team when the Team India was travelling to the Pakistan, just like the Sunil Gavaskar. These all of the great Hall of Fame from the Team India. And Kapil Dev then also moreover he says that the sport person should never be asked not to play on any game. This is a so bad thing and so discouraging for any sportsman that if the government says don't play your game, because this is what, if you lose this, you are losing your life. Being a cricketer myself, I know how I might feel, and playing sport is the only thing we know and it should be the only thing we do. Say no to the war and say no to the terrorism. Only thing we want is the peace and the cricket, and we should not say no to the cricket. Second news, we will jump towards the Pakistan Super League. Lahore Qalandars are doing some change. What they are doing the change? They are moving to the Dutch and they are moving to the Holland, Netherlands. Lahore Qalandars have included the former Dutch batsman Ryan ten Doucet as a cover. Doucet is joining Qalandar's squad, and now let's see what wonders he can do along with the AB de Villiers to the Qalandari team. AB de Villiers from the Lahore Qalandars, he says that he always loving to see as a batsman the left arm seamers. It's always a challenge to see them, and he is loving his teammates and the Pakistani pacers who are the left armers, and he has told that quite a few whom he is facing in this Pakistan Super League. He says there is Shaheen Shah Afridi who is playing with me in my team, and I am very impressed with him. As I am talking about the AB de Villiers who is praising about the Pakistani pacers, so how can we forget the pace battery, the new pace battery who has been unearthed in this Pakistan Super League. Haris Rauf, I have told you in the previous match points that he has come to the limelight with his speeds of above 140 kilometers, where the Pakistani pacers were not generating the pace of even 132 in the previous games, international games. Haris Rauf is playing with amazing phenomena of above 145 kilometers on the dead pitches. Haris Rauf hitting now 149 kilometers, 92.58 miles per hour against Kota Gladiators. Similarly, we saw in this Pakistan Super League 18-year-old Mohammad Husnain, who recorded the speeds of 146, 148 and 149 km per hour in his first ever match of Pakistan Super League. And similarly, when I'm talking about the youngsters in the headline, another youngster which we should not forget is the Umar Khan. I have told you in the last games, 19-year-old Umar Khan. In his first Pakistan Super League tournament, he has dismissed Luke Ronchi, Shane Watson, AB de Villiers. What a day for Umar Khan. So the next news I will have to come to the close can, because the news is regarding the universe boss. Who is the universe boss? Chris Gayle. Chris Gayle has reached 10,000 ODI runs now and has now hit 500 sixes in the international cricket. Take a bow. And when we are talking about the pacers, Haris Rauf, who is the part of the Lahore Qalandars, if you remember, we have shown you the videos and the pictures of Haris Rauf, who was working in the nets with Virat Kohli, the batting Mysterio, during the tour of Australia when he was sent by Qalandars to the Australia. So Haris Rauf is saying that I have learnt a lot with the Mysterio, and we started to take an interest in cricket, and I always admire two batsmen. One is the Virat Kohli and other is AB de Villiers. Lot of things to learn about them, and typically Haris Rauf mentioned about the Australian tour, and he said, I was extremely excited when I bowled him in the nets in the recent tour, and experience was amazing, and we have learned a lot of things, and he has given me very useful tips to trap the batsman. But कोहली जी ने अपने आप को ट्रैप करने की टिप जो है वो कभी नहीं दी होगी, क्योंकि वो टिप सिर्फ मोहम्मद आमिर के पास है कि बाहर जाती हुई गेंद को अंदर डालना है, और कहाँ कोहली को पसारा है. 2 wickets on the 2 balls with a courtesy of 1 drop catch from Azhar Ali. So this was it from the headlines, and I will have to take a short break, and when I will come back, we will proceed the show. You are watching Match Point, and you can follow me on the Twitter and Instagram, dear ADNAN KHAN, and you can follow us of course on the YouTube and the Facebook page, both with the name of Greatest Empire USA. You are watching Match Point, and I'm your host, Dr. Adnan. Welcome back after the break. So quickly we will proceed towards the show. So next game which was happening in the Pakistan Super League was the match number 14, which was Zalmis versus Sultans. Darren Sammy versus Shoaib Malik. What happened? Sultans making 145 and they got all out in the full quota of 20 over. Johnson Charles making 53 and Shoaib Malik making 22 runs. Something very amazing happened in this very match in between Multan and Peshawar Zalmi, that Shoaib Malik, when he was about to come for the batting, for the no reasons, Shoaib Malik took more than 3 minutes to come out of the batting. So very gentle gestures from the Peshawar Zalmi and Darren Sammy, because if they would have appealed to the umpire for Shoaib Malik would have been timeout in this innings, but they didn't do. But under the cricket laws, they could have timeout Shoaib Malik for not coming in between the given quota of the time. Hassan Ali was the pick of the wickets for the Peshawar Zalmi. 4 wickets, the amazing, sensational phenomena, Pakistan's sensational pace battery. Hassan Ali, who was discovered in this very league, again grabbed 4 wickets. What a wonderful tournament it has been going for Hassan Ali. Hassan Ali, last 4 PSL matches, if I look upon, 4 for 4 wickets, 17 runs in the 4 overs. Next game, 4 overs, 2 wickets for 29 runs, and the next game 15 runs in the 4 overs and again 4 wickets, and the last game which he has played, again 15 runs, 4 overs and 4 wickets. What a brilliant spell from the Hassan Ali in the recent games for the Peshawar Zalmi. Zalmi's then starting the chase, Imam performing very good on the top, making 52 for the Zalmis for the solid ground, David Milan 38, and then quick 25 by Pollard on 10 balls. 2 wickets for Irfan and Daniel Christian. Hassan Ali 4 for 17, Imamul Haq 52 of 44 deliveries propelled Peshawar Zalmi to the 5-wicket win over Multan Sultan in the match number 14 of Pakistan Super League. Zalmis at the end winning by 5 wickets, outclassing Shoaib Malik's Multan Sultan. He was only picked at the last time in the 21st player as a 21st player, but Imamul Haq has already made 2 half centuries and 1 in the winning cause. So he is making a justification now in the Pakistan Super League, and he is making justification for the selectors also to put him in the limited format. But let's see what happens when Imam goes to the international circuit. Next game was, in this game, some of the things more I want to highlight in the Sultan versus Zalmis, that 39.4 overs were bowled in this game. In 3 overs and 48 minutes they took. Wow. An over rate of 10.44 per over. So much must be match officials would be looking, and Shoaib Malik and Sammy, they would have been seeing the scenario. Multan Sultans have been fined for the 10% of the match fee for their slow rate in the PSL in the match against Zalmi. Peshawar Zalmi bowlers were brilliant, and as I told you, great to watch when they are on the song. Whether it is Wahab Riaz or whether it is Hassan Ali, they just go out and they try to blow out opposition with the ball and with their styles. This is the fate of the Peshawar Zalmi. Already this PSL, they have bowled out Lahore Qalandars for 78, kept Karachi Kings down to 109 for 9, such low totals, and then bowled out Multan Sultans for the 145 in this very match. So the next game we will proceed is the Gladiators versus Kings, Mickey Arthur versus Viv Richards. So Gladiators making in the first game, first innings 186 for 5. Believe me, this was the game to watch. 186 for 5 they made with the courtesy of Shane Watson 25, Lily Rousseau 44, and the Umar Akmal, who is in the form of his life. 55 runs Umar making for Sultan Gladiators. And then Umar Akmal, why I said that he is in the form of his life, innings he have played 5, 2 not outs, runs he has made 200 with an amazing strike rate of 136.98 and an average of 66.79. Anwar Ali making 27 on the 6th ball, brisk fire at the end to give Quetta a respectable total. Anwar Ali innings was 3 sixes and then 1, 2, 6 and then the last ball. 27 runs he made of the 6th ball with a strike rate of 450, would you believe? A quick fire from the Anwar Ali at the end for Gladiators. Amir Jameen was the pick of the bowlers from the Karachi Kings. 3 wickets he took, and then the amazing chase started. And what happened, which happens in the team Pakistan? Babar Azam couldn't sustain the pressure, and the Mickey's expression was priceless in the dressing room. And Babar Azam, the Pakistan's best, he went for 0. So what happens next? The scenario created for the Pakistan team, but fortunately they were having Munro and Colin Ingram, but Munro couldn't do much, and he did put the innings in the footsteps of Babar Azam, and he went down cheaply on 3. So Karachi was down for 4 for 2, and then the phenomena created. Colin Ingram making 127. Every Multan Sultan, Quetta Gladiator bowlers were helpless. Sohail Tanveer was the pick of the bowlers with 2 wickets, but that was not enough to stop the excellency of Colin Ingram. Colin Ingram smashed the highest ever individual score in the history of PSL to lift Karachi Kings from despair. Colin Ingram blasted 8 sixes and 12 boundaries, would you believe, during his epic 59 ball 127 not out, the highest ever score of the PSL, as the Kings overhauled a target of 187 with 8 balls and 6 wickets to spare, handing Quetta their first ever defeat and mourning the Viv Richards for the first ever time in the Pakistan Super League and pushing them in the losing squad. And this was the first defeat of the Quetta in the 5 games, and the Kings winning ultimately by 6 wickets. Colin Ingram came to score, as I told you, for 4 for 2 after 1.2 overs, and they were having a required rate of 9.80. So amazing batting, scoring 127 not out. The strike rate of Ingram in this innings was 215.25, which was, I think, the best in the history of Karachi Kings. Ultimate one-man show today. The Colin Ingram is the next. Can you believe that in this innings of 127 not out, the next highest score for the Karachi Kings in this game was 19 was the next highest score. So that's why I'm saying that this was really a one-man show and the player to watch. So Faraz Ahmed said that this type of Colin Ingram I have seen once in a lifetime, and it is the best ever inning I have seen in any kind of T20 cricket, whether it is an international or it's a first class or any cricket. And next game we will go quickly was between the Multan Sultans and Islamabad United. Mohammad Sami versus Shoaib Malik. This was match number 16, and the United started the batting with a Romkey 32 and the Sumit Patel 20, Asif Ali brisk 22 down the order, but they got all out in the 121 making in the 17 overs. Daniel Christian 3 wickets, and Shahid Khan Afridi was the pick of the Sultans with 2 wickets. And then Sultan started the chase. The new hero, it was discovered from Sultans, Umar Siddiq making 46 and the James Vince making 28, Shoaib Malik making 23, and Shadab, Roman Rais and the Patel all getting 1 wicket each. Multan Sultans, led by the Australian Daniel Christian, helped revive their team. The dwindling fortune, and Christian led the charge for 3 for 19, while the left arm spinner Noman taking 2 for 14, and the Muhammad Elias, the rookie paceman, 2 for 21, blew away the defending champions for 121 all out in 17.4 overs. This was the short story, and Sultan winning the match by 6 wickets and putting their stamp on the points table. The next game in the Pakistan Super League was the Gladiators versus Qalandars. Lahore Qalandars versus Quetta Gladiators. Gladiators starting the batting and returning. Usually the fortune is not favoring them because right now they were not in the chase. Similarly, in the Colin Ingram innings, they were also not in the chase. Whenever they are batting first, mostly their fortunes are too much dwindling, and they love to chase like anything when Gladiators on the fire. So again, Gladiators doing the batting first. Hassan Ali 33, Sarfraz 29. Lemashane was the pick of the wickets for Qalandars, making 4 wickets for the Lemashane, and so brilliant bowling and wonderful to achieve this. Watch this youngster, first ball to Sarfaraz Ahmed from Haris Rauf in this match was recorded at 148.1 km, which is 91.6 miles per hour. The chase started and Qalandar's Haris Suhail making 33, AB de Villiers making 47, and both were not out, making it safe for the Qalandars, and Qalandars winning the game by 8 wickets. What was the myth of the victory? Myth of the victory in this match for Lahore Qalandars was Leme Shane, matches 4 over 16, runs conceded 93, 10 wickets he has taken for Qalandars at the average of 9.30 at the amazing economy rate of 5.81 in the T20 International. And the second phenomena was Yasir Shah, 5 matches, 17.1 overs, 136 runs he have conceded, 3 wickets, 45.33 average, and with the economy rate of 7.92, 2.52 higher than the Lema Shane. The other game which we want to discuss, the next game was between the Karachi Kings and Lahore Qalandars. Qalandars batting first in this game and AB de Villiers making 33, Corey Anderson 22. The magic view of Corey Anderson and the AB de Villiers, we were expecting the blitz firing from the Qalandari team, but we couldn't see that. Suhail Akhtar making 29, Iftikhar taking 2 wickets, King started the chase, and Livingstone 38, Iftikhar making 33. Leme Shane was not that much successful. Haris Rauf taking 1 wicket and Leme Shane taking 2 wickets, and all-round performance from Iftikhar Ahmed, 33 not out of 25. A new hero came for this game for the Pakistan, seeing Karachi Kings much needed win, 5-wicket win over the traditional rivals Lahore Qalandars. So 134 to win. Karachi were not off to a great start and lost the dangerous Munro in the earlier and caught superbly at the bid-off by Haris Suhail. And then the Leme Shane googly not picked by the Babar Azam, and the woodwork was disturbed behind the Babar Azam. But the duo of Livingstone and Ingram again lived up to the reputation. Livingstone 38 of 34 and Ingram got the 50-run partnership to set the much-needed platform. Livingstone accumulating 18 runs of Yasir to ease the pressure, ultimately Kings winning the game by 5 wickets. So before ending the show, we have to go to the killer factor. Let the music on. Dun, dun, dun. As I told you, that West Indies and the English team, they are playing the matches, the T20 series, the ODI series in between them. But about 6 to 7 episodes back, I told you that the English team is having the amazing record of not bowling the no balls. I'm telling you about the line no balls, not about the overheight and the other no balls. So with the no balls, they were having the amazing record until that record has been stopped at one moment, because the Ben Stokes in the match against the West Indies in their home ground, in the West Indies home ground, Bridgetown, Barbados, the match was being played, and ultimately Ben Stokes did the line no ball. So the new record came, and this is the best ever record in the ODI by any team, because now the England team has put the line no ball with the courtesy of Ben Stokes after 11,000 deliveries. Would you believe? Ben Stokes ने ये जो line no ball फेंकी टीम वेस्ट इंडीज़ के खिलाफ ODI में, ये एक नया और अनोखा रिकॉर्ड बन गया है क्रिकेट की तारीख में, कि जब किसी टीम ने 11,000 बॉल्स जो हैं वो फेंकी हों क्रिकेट की पिच के ऊपर without putting the line no ball. Let's see who will break this record of 11,000 successive deliveries without the line no ball.
Hello everyone, I am Majid Ali. I am supporting Karachi King in PSL this year. For latest cricket news and update, please watch Match Point by Dr. ADNAN Khan.
This is it from the match point. When next time I will be coming, I will be bringing some more news from the Pakistan Super League, and also the Indian team will be in the effort along with the Team Australia T20 series, and we will tell you what's happening in the T20 India versus Australia, and what's happening between what is the end of the England versus West Indies, and what's going in the end of the Pakistan Super League before the league moves to the Pakistan for the final leg. Stay tuned to the match point, and next time when I will come, I will bring more news for you. Take care and bye bye. The next news is regarding with so what was the myth of the victory? एंड करने लगा हूँ किलर फैक्टर.
There's a man who's been largely responsible for us over the last.
The first World Cup, that is Australia's joy.